One of the things that I think it's terribly important is that we begin to actively support parks and that we get our friends to do that. Last year, there were 1 billion visitor days of use in the national parks and the state parks of this country. 1 billion visitor days of use, yet very, very few people.
It all started with a passion for parks. The organization was founded in 1969 by William Penn Mott Jr. to be a partner to the California Department of Parks and Recreation in protecting and preserving the California State Park system. Director of California State Parks, William Penn Mott Jr. rallied a core group of friends and park supporters to form California State Parks Foundation. They committed to improving the quality of life for all Californians by expanding access to the natural beauty, rich culture and history, and educational and health opportunities offered by California state parks. They believed that parks needed an independent nonprofit partner to help engage a broader audience of park supporters, access and inspire philanthropy, and to better serve more diverse communities. Early in its history, California State Parks Foundation helped grow the system by acquiring land for the state, preserving these treasures for generations to come. As California's state parks were in a period of rapid growth, we were a leader and partner in safeguarding our state's natural and historical resources. As the new millennium approached, the California state park system began to show its age, with crumbling infrastructure and mounting deferred maintenance. Simultaneously, it was increasingly clear that many Californians did not have access to their state parks and all the health and wellness benefits they provide. State parks were suffering and at the mercy of the state of California's boom and bust budget cycle, as well as a target for development and non-mission uses. So California State Parks Foundation needed to increase its advocacy and presence in Sacramento to defend the state park system in the capital. Over the course of our first 52 years, the organization built a dedicated community of over 70,000 members and raised more than $300 million to benefit state parks. Today, California has the largest and most biologically diverse state park system in the nation, with 280 park units that are vitally important to the well-being of our state's environment, economy, and quality of life. California State Parks Foundation continues to fight for our state parks wherever and whenever they need us. Today, California State Parks Foundation empowers Californians to experience, engage with, and champion their state parks, ensuring that they will thrive now and for future generations. We are developing and leading critical programming and policy solutions, striving to help Californians learn about the value of state parks, educate stakeholders on what they can do to create change, activate coalitions to reach goals, and influence those in power. Throughout all our work, there is a through line. We learn, we educate, we activate, and we influence. This through line extends and amplifies our in-the-field learnings, model programs, and innovative solutions to ultimately influence policy and funding decisions in Sacramento and address the critical needs of our state park system for the benefit of all. As we look to the next 50 years, California State Parks Foundation seeks to create impact in 6 goal areas: park funding, climate resiliency, park experiences, equitable access, honoring history and culture, and protecting nature and wildlife. For parks and people, we are working to increase funding for parks, advocating so that California state parks have the necessary funding to reach their full potential. We are supporting climate-resilient parks, building climate-resilient parks and communities so that California state parks can adapt to the impacts of climate change and remain protected and preserved for all Californians. We are working to enhance the visitor park experience, improving parks and innovating programs so that state park visitors have meaningful and relevant experiences while visiting their parks, leading to lifelong connection. We are working on expanding access to parks, reducing barriers and expanding access to parks so that all Californians have equitable access to the positive impact parks have on health, happiness, and quality of life. we are working on honoring history and culture, preserving and honoring sites, artifacts, stories, and ideas that represent and reveal the wisdom, contributions, and experiences of everyone who has called California home. We are working on protecting wildlife and nature, stewarding native habitats so that wildlife and plants in California state parks are protected and preserved for future generations. Our state park system thrives when we work together to ensure state parks are fully funded, resilient to climate change, accessible for all to have transformational visitor experiences, honoring history and culture, and protecting nature and wildlife.